Good evening, everybody. Good evening, good evening. Wanted to jump on here real quick before I went to bed. As you can see, taking my bedtime sleepies. Because of the information currently on the TikTok ban, the status of the TikTok ban. By now, I'm sure you saw my video. If you did not, I encourage you to go watch it. This afternoon, Senator Ed Markey brought a resolution to the Senate to go ahead and postpone the enforcement of the TikTok ban for another 270 days. So that is kind of where we're at right now. So what I wanted to tell you about all of this and how it played out in real time, I was given this information a couple hours ago, and I made a video, which I published when I got the green light over here. It is currently midnight for me in Iceland, and I was given this information roughly about an hour and a half before Ed Markey went live on the House floor at 5:15. So what I wanted to talk about just for a couple minutes with the TikTok ban and having this information is that we get this information before the news media does. This story is something that we had and the mainstream media is still not talking about, because I turned on my VPN when I took my shower a little while ago to listen and see what the mainstream media was talking about. I turned on Ari Melber, and let me tell you how disappointed I was in Ari when he led up to the TikTok ban. He led up to the story. He's talking about it. He's giving a lot of really great information, talking about, Facebook and Twitter and what the tech bros have been doing, and then how they're attacking this last avenue of free speech that isn't the one that's lockstep with Donald Trump. And then he goes, so after the break, I'm going to turn to Michael Steele, my special guest. Excuse me? If you're going to be doing a story about the TikTok ban, how about you don't have the 70-some-odd-year-old former fucking chair of the Republican Party, the RNC? Michael Steele was the fucking chair of the RNC. So if you're going to be talking about TikTok, maybe do yourself a favor and talk to somebody who knows what the fuck they're talking about. Not a 70-some-odd-year-old man who doesn't even have TikTok. Wow. But God forbid the legacy news media actually acknowledged that we exist. And that's why when this happened tonight, the mainstream media was not given this information beforehand. People wonder where this stuff comes from. How do we get these tips? How do they end up coming to us? Because people trust us enough as journalists here for what we do. I don't give a fuck if it is midnight in Iceland and I am doing this in my pajamas, my fucking Christmas PJs, because they're comfy. Because we get the real story before the bullshit legacy news media does. And that's why they're so fucking mad and hard pressed and excited for TikTok to be banned, because they are just so fucking desperate to be relevant once again. And they never will be. And if they continue to report in these manners, they absolutely will never, ever, ever come back into fucking style. Period. And that's just fucking how it goes. That's facts. Period. End of story. So needless to say, I wanted to come on and tell you about this. And make sure that you take a moment and go to my page, click on the video I made talking about the entire update, and then do yourself a favor and go over to Under the Desk News and watch these report, period. Between the two of us, we have more ongoing current news than any of these fucking whatever. I am on Red Note, but I only logged on there to get my username. I'm not going to be posting on there. Listen, I am not planning on going anywhere. I'm staying here. I am not going to discontinue posting on TikTok. If I have to use a VPN, I fucking will. Period. End of story. I am not going to stop using Meta. Sorry, that's going to piss a lot of people off. Unfortunately, there are some of us who have to continue doing what we do day in and day out, no matter how much people may or may not like it. It's just how it is. We still have to get to these audiences. We still have to continue to bring factual information, and our businesses depend on that. If this app goes away, that's it. I don't get to do what I do now. My life change from last year to now will be over. A $1.4 billion a month economy will close on this app. My audience is already on Meta. You need to understand that 70-plus-year-old women are the most people that watch me. Just because you don't like a platform or somebody else doesn't like a platform or we don't like what's going on a platform doesn't mean that everybody needs to band together and boycott, okay? Because we still need to get this information out to everybody. And when you have a platform like Meta that's going to allow misinformation to run rampant, there has to be somebody. I am chasing Oz on Red Note. I only downloaded it so that I could get my username. I am not going to post content there. Do not go there looking for videos from me. But I did get my name. And now, when people say, where are you going to be? I'll be here. And I'll be on fucking Instagram. And I'll be on Threads. And I'll be on Blue Sky. And I'll be on YouTube. And I'll be on my own fucking Substack where I post every single day. And if I make content, I also share the links to all the content that I make on my Substack. Anyways, listen, if you want to fucking ditch Meta, awesome. Do it. Go on there, adjust your ad settings too. Make sure that they don't have any of your data. Make sure that you delete all the data that you authorize them to have before you leave the app too on your way out. You know, make a fucking party of it. It's not going to impact me. I'm not Mark Zuckerberg, okay? So, you know, it's not going to make an impact. You may make an impact on him, but so needless to say, this is where I'll be. And I'll be on YouTube. And I'll be on Instagram, just like I am every day. But now I'm going to be in bed because I was up all night last night because of the Northern Lights. And I'm on 3 hours of sleep and it's fucking midnight here. So, on that note, folks, it was lovely to hang out with you for a little bit. And I hope that you enjoyed this. I certainly did, because the last time that I went live, I was at a Kamala campaign event. And when I ever logged on here and clicked to go live and saw the Harris rally caption, it really hurt my heart. So, anyways, I hope that you guys have a good night and keep up the good fight. Don't divide. Continue to stand together, because together we stand, divided they fall. We have the strength in numbers, and we have the law at the end of the day on our side. Continue to push back. continue to make your voice heard. Continue to fight for what we have created here on this platform. Because for many of us, it is a beautiful place full of great people who have contributed great things and helped people. And that's why I do what I do. Thank you. Have a wonderful night, guys.